A picture, they say, tell 1,000 words. I'm a visual person, and I remember stuff when they are put in visual and text formats. That is how I learn, and that might be the way you learn too. I remember things when I can visualize them in my head, and they stay there a lot longer. When I was growing up, I always cut out pictures from magazines like Ebony or Vogue magazines, because I like the people I saw in those magazines, and I like some of the lifestyles and some of the things, their dressing, their homes. I love the home decor in some of those magazines, and I cut those things out to give me a vision of what I want to do in the future. At the time, I did not realize there was a word for that, or a phrase to describe what I was doing, that I was creating what is known as a visual board. A visual board is a collection of pictures that you paste somewhere to remind yourself of your goals, your aspirations, and where you want to be in the coming year or in the future. The best time to do your vision board is the start of the year, so you are clear on what you want to do. What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to be? How do you want to move forward? Back in the day, people only made physical visual boards. That is, they put posters on their walls, or they put on their fridge, buy a real board where they post these things on and place them somewhere they can see every time. However, today, many of us use one of these. So because we live in a digital world, everyone carries a digital device. It's very appropriate to have a digital visual board. You may decide to use both a digital one and a physical one. I do both. The advantage of having a digital visual board is that they are easily accessible, and if you put them on a device that you use regularly, each time you go on that device, you see the things that you have created. Make it your wallpaper so that it reminds you of where you want to be. There are two places I go to create my visual boards. It's either I go to Pinterest or I go to Canva. My favorite option is Canva because I like the flexibility that it gives me to create these amazing photos. You can either use your own photos, or you can get photos that you get online and put it there on your visual boards, because your visual board is for you only. You're not going to sell it or use it for any other thing. It is only for you. That's something that you use to remind yourself of what you want to do in the future. So just go over to Canva, type in visual board in the search box, and you are presented with a ton of templates. You can either use the free version or use the paid version. Either way, you're going to get something that will suit you. Now, when you finally pick out a template that you like, the next thing you should do is to personalize it and make it to become you. Because no two persons on earth have the same idea of what a visual board should be like. And your visual board will be different from anyone else, even if you have an identical twin. Their aspirations, their goals will be different from yours. So create your own unique format. Like I have made my own visual board to reflect me, to reflect my brand colors, to reflect what I want to do. So you do you and create your one. For me, the things that matter the most to me are my spirituality. So the very first box there, I have a text that will guide me for the entire year. A text from Psalm 119 verse 106. I've put that text there as my main quotes for the year. So I would go back to that quote again and again. So that is my number one spot. And then I look at myself. What do I want to do in my life to make my life much better? I want to take care of myself. I want to look after my health. I want to make sure that I get enough rest and I exercise regularly, because when I I prioritize my self-care. I know that eventually it will help me in other parts of my life. I'm also looking at my relationships, like my family, friends. I'm looking at how I can improve on my relationships with them. Those are the things that matter, the main things that matter to me. So I put them first on the top of my vision board. And the next stage of my vision board is my business. I have my coaching business. I have my African food business that I do, teaching people how to cook African food. So I have a vision of where I want those to go. And so I put that there to remind me that, oh girl, you've not done what you need to do. So get on with it. Start working, start having a plan, start having that clear vision of where you want each of your business to go. And the next stage after that, I have to relax as well. I need time to explore my environment, to go out on a walk, to do things that depicts me. I love reading, so I need to decide what books I will be reading this year. I read mainly books that have spiritual meaning, that had value to my life. So I'm going to invest in that. I'm going to make sure that I have a lot of stuff to read this coming year. So I've represented that in my vision board. And again, at the bottom there, I also have plans to include travels during the year. And so I've not made up my mind what I'm going to do about my travels, but it's part of what I have on my vision board, that sometime along it will become clearer to me what I'm going to do, where I will go, and how I'm going to go about it. So that is my vision for the year. What is your vision for the year? Create your vision board and start planning to make sure that the things you have on your vision board, you get on with them and start doing them so that you're going to succeed. It's the start of the year and I want you to succeed. And if writing a book is part of your vision for this year, please make sure you put it on your vision board. Make sure you get books in that genre. Put it there. Get your favorite authors. Put them there to remind you that, oh, I want to be like this person. This year, I'm going to write a book and I'm going to aspire to be like this person. So start building your vision board. And if you need help with that, please drop me comments in the comment section, and remember to check the description box for how we can work together creating a book for you in 2023. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.